Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you might surprise you. If you're over 60, your legs are getting weaker every single week, even if you don't feel it yet. Yes, every week. Not because you're aging, not because it's normal, but because your muscles are slowly shutting down from lack of activation. And if this continues, simple tasks, walking, climbing stairs, getting out of a chair, will become harder and harder. But here's the good news: you can reverse this weakness. You can rebuild strength, stability, and mobility. And it only takes 2 simple exercises that anyone can do. No gym, no equipment, and no pain. So stay with me, because today I'm going to show you exactly how to bring your legs back to life. When I talk to people over 60, the first thing I often hear is this subtle fear, a quiet worry buried beneath day-to-day life. My legs don't feel the same anymore. They'll say they used to walk faster, used to get up from a chair without thinking, used to climb stairs with confidence. And now, slowly, almost invisibly, there's a decline. Not enough to call it a serious problem, not enough to seek help for, but enough that they know something is changing. And the truth is, that change isn't sudden. It's gradual, almost silent, so subtle that you don't see it happening until one day you pause and realize your legs don't respond like they once did. But what many people don't know is that this slow weakening of the legs is not some unavoidable fate tied to aging. It's not something you're sentenced to just because the years are passing. It's something that can be influenced, reversed, and strengthened with the simplest, gentlest actions done consistently. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Because if you're over 60, there is a chance your legs are getting weaker week by week. Not because of disease, not because of something dramatic happening inside your body, but because your muscles are being used less than before. And muscles, by their nature, respond to what we ask of them. When we stop challenging them, they shrink. When we stop moving them, they slow down. When we stop giving them a reason to stay strong, they simply adapt to the lesser demand. And the very same muscles that carried you through decades of life begin to fade, not out of punishment, but out of obedience to inactivity. That's why, even without pain, even without illness, your legs might feel heavier, more tired, shakier. You might find yourself pushing off the armrest of a chair more often than you used to. You might start avoiding stairs without even realizing you're doing it. You might stop walking as far because it just feels like effort now. And what starts as a small change becomes a bigger one over time. But here is the part most people never hear. Your legs are waiting for even the smallest signal to rebuild. They are waiting for a cue. They are waiting for a reason to come back to life. The human body is extraordinary in its ability to adapt and repair at any age. And while many people think that once you're past 60, muscle loss is inevitable, the truth is that muscle responds incredibly quickly even later in life. Studies have shown again and again that older adults can build strength just as effectively as younger people when given the right level of activity. You don't need heavy weights. You don't need a gym. You don't need to strain or push yourself like an athlete. You just need consistent, gentle stimulation. And that is exactly why 2 simple exercises can completely change the way your legs feel. Before we reach those exercises, we need to talk about why leg strength matters more now than ever. Your legs are more than limbs that help you walk. They're your foundation. They're your balance system. They're your shock absorbers. When your legs weaken, it affects your entire quality of life. You might notice that you're more cautious when getting up. You might start holding onto railings even when you never needed them before. You might begin to shuffle your feet instead of lifting them properly. These small adjustments are your body compensating for weakening muscles. And when those compensations become habits, the risk of tripping or falling increases. And a fall after 60 is not just a fall. It's a setback that can change everything. Your mobility, your independence, your confidence. But the beautiful part is that strengthening your legs even slightly can reverse this entire chain reaction. Because stronger legs don't just help you walk better. They help you stand taller, move faster, react quicker, and keep your balance when something unexpected happens. Strong legs make you feel younger. They give you back the ability to do things you thought you were slowly losing. They restore confidence, they restore control. And the reason this topic matters so deeply is because the decline in leg strength affects almost every area of daily life. going to the bathroom, getting in and out of the car, climbing a step, getting up from the floor, even standing while cooking. When your legs grow weak, you feel it in everything you do. And the moment you start strengthening them, you feel the difference in everything you do. Now let's talk about the real heart of this message, the idea that 2 simple exercises can begin turning everything around. Not complicated routines, not long sessions, not exhausting workouts. Just 2 movements. And I want you to imagine something here. Imagine you're able to get up from a chair more easily within a few weeks. Imagine walking becomes smoother, steadier. Imagine being able to climb stairs without gripping the rail. Imagine feeling a newfound strength and power in your legs that you thought you had lost forever. That feeling doesn't come from doing 60 different exercises. It doesn't come from overwhelming yourself. It comes from targeted stimulation of the muscles that matter most. Your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calves. Leg weakness after 60 often begins because you stop doing movements that use those exact muscles. You stop bending down as much. You stop standing up and sitting down repeatedly. You stop using the stairs. You stop carrying weight. You move less, or you move in smaller ways, and your body adapts downward. But when you reintroduce even the simplest movement pattern, your legs respond. And one of the most powerful things I tell people is this: you are not too old to gain strength. You are not too far gone. You are not past the point of rebuilding. Your body is waiting for a cue. And when you give it that cue, it responds fast. The first exercise usually focuses on the movement pattern you use every day without thinking. Standing up from a seated position. This motion strengthens nearly every major muscle in your legs, while also improving balance and stability. It's a movement your body already knows. You're simply using it with intention, and what happens is that each time you perform it, you're telling your muscles, wake up. I still need you. Stay strong. Over time, your legs respond by becoming firmer, more capable, more reliable. You start noticing that you rise from your chair with less effort. You feel steadier as you begin walking. You feel more confident as you move throughout your day. The second exercise targets the muscles that maintain your posture and control your steps. These muscles often weaken quietly because they're not challenged in everyday life. And when they weaken, your stride shortens, your steps become smaller, and your balance becomes less steady. But with simple repetition, these muscles come back, sometimes surprisingly fast. And as they strengthen, something incredible happens. Your legs begin working together again. Your stride lengthens slightly, your foot lifts a little higher off the ground, your body becomes more stable, and suddenly, everyday tasks feel easier. It's as if your legs remember what they were capable of and begin reclaiming their power. What's fascinating is that when people begin these exercises, they often start feeling changes far sooner than they expect. It's not unusual for someone to say they feel more stable in just a week or 2. That's because strength isn't only about muscle size. It's about reactivating pathways between your brain and your muscles. It's about reminding your legs how to coordinate, how to stabilize, how to respond to movement. And the moment those pathways reawaken, everything begins improving. But this transformation doesn't come from force or pain or intense effort. It comes from gentle, consistent repetition. It comes from telling your body, day after day, that strength still matters. It comes from choosing movement over inactivity, even when that movement is small. Over time, small actions accumulate. They build into strength. They build into confidence. They build into the ability to move through life with more freedom. And this is why I'm emphasizing the simplicity of these exercises. Because I know that overwhelming routines discourage people. Complicated workouts feel intimidating. Long sessions feel exhausting before they even begin. But when you give someone just 2 movements, 2 actions that take only minutes, they can do them consistently. They can keep going day after day. They can maintain the habit because it's simple enough to become part of their lifestyle. That's where real change begins. Not in doing everything, but in doing something consistently. Over time, these small actions reawaken not only your muscles but your confidence. You begin feeling more sure-footed. You begin trusting your legs again. Little by little, you reclaim control over your movement, and when you regain control over your movement, you regain control over your independence. That is the true power of strengthening your legs. It's not about looking fit. It's about living freely. Because nothing steals confidence like feeling unsteady. Nothing limits possibility like fear of falling. Nothing creates more hesitation in daily life than uncertainty about your own balance. But when your legs grow stronger, hesitation is replaced with assurance. Fear is replaced with stability. Weakness is replaced with capability. And these changes ripple outward into your entire life. You begin walking more. You start doing the things you were slowly avoiding. You participate more. You move more. You live more. Everything opens back up. The human body is resilient. It adapts, it strengthens, it rebuilds, but it needs a signal. And these 2 exercises are that signal. A simple message to your muscles. It's time to come back. I'm not done moving. I'm not done living. And in that moment, your legs begin their comeback. And the only thing I want you to remember from all of this is simple and powerful strength, at any age, starts with a single motion.